Welcome back to Let's Talk Harlingen. I'm Mayor Norma Sepulveda.
And I'm Cassandra Concilio.
We're here to keep you updated, informed, and connected to your city.
Let's get into it.
And in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Harlingen. I think we are at episode 23, Cassandra.
How are you doing, Mayor?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Today we're going to talk about the commission meeting that was held on November 5th. So we're going to talk a little bit of recap. But you had a workshop before the meeting. So
We
it was an
did.
extra long meeting.
Yes. So we started our meeting at 5 o'clock. We typically start at 5:30. And I want to say we had our city commission scheduled for 5:45. We have to follow these crazy rules. And so we took a pause at the workshop at 5:45 to open the city commission meeting, put that on pause, reverted back to our workshop and finished up about 6 o'clock. So it was a longer night, but we got a lot of work done.
Good. And the specific workshop that does not happen all the time, this was requested by the commissioners for item 10C that was tabled at the October 6th meeting.
Yes.
So this was specifically a workshop to discuss everything for more people to be able to get their opinions out and for the commissioners to understand a little bit more about the project. And I think we got a lot of really good information from that workshop.
Yes, and so definitely this was an item that was tabled twice already. So there was a lot of feedback from our community and, from surrounding areas, and we just wanted to make sure that everybody felt heard. And really, I had a lot of questions for staff. The city commission had a lot of questions for staff, and we were able to really get down to, the important information and just kind of give it its space, right? To be able to do that. So for those that are not familiar with this item, this is an item for a future development. It's called the Horseshoe Point subdivision, and so this subdivision is currently what's considered our ETJ. So it's not technically within the city of Harlingen just yet. But they want so much to be in the city of Harlingen that they want to follow all the guidelines of the city of Harlingen, and they want to be annexed into the community, which means that they would be part of the city. And of course, that's something definitely great opportunities for additional housing for individuals in our community. We bring our population goes up. They are also on the property tax rolls. That's important for growth in the city. And so we are operating as if they are in the city and they are requesting what's considered a variance. And a variance is exactly what the word entails, right? It's going to deviate from our zoning that we currently have or our code. It's a variance from what is established in ordinances for the city of Harlingen. And so they're not uncommon, and there's a process for it. And that's what this has been. And so it's been really interesting. The variance specifically is for the access point. So the community was concerned. You have such a big development, and you have, two access points, in and out about 200 feet apart. And so that deviates from the standard 1,500 feet. And so there's a lot of questions around that.
And I know that were most of your questions answered during this workshop?
Yes. And so one of the concerns, I think, this city commission, and for those that have been following along over the last few years, we have really increased our development standards here in Harlingen. We have a great board over at the P&Z. They do a lot of work in kind of the preliminary work of these subdivisions, working with developers, educating them on this process and what we expect. We have high expectations because we care about the community and we want to make sure that when someone buys a home in Harlingen, they can feel confident that it is responsibly done and that they're not going to, be victims in a flood, right? And so that's super important. We've heightened those standards. And so what we learned is that not only do they want to meet the standard of the city of Harlingen, they really want to improve for a greater area aside from theirs. And so we have, and we've talked about it here before, the Lozano Pond that we have near Fair Park. and they are going to utilize that Horseshoe Lake as a detention. So they're going to expand it and just to give you an idea, they were talking about, and I think that you were listening into that. You might want to share a little bit about just for our viewers, like how that's going to look. I mean, if they drive through Fair Park and look at that, it's massive,
Mhm.
and this is much
So the
bigger.
detention pond that they are going to build is going to be 8 times larger than the Lozano one. And this will keep about 2 or 3 feet of water off of the streets and be funneled into this detention pond. So it's really important that we have that size of detention pond for the amount of homes that they want to build. But it also helps in the drainage plan as a whole. So
Right.
again, they're not just focused on their subdivision, it's really looking at the city as a whole, and, as long as it's maintained, there's no trees growing out of there, I think everything should be good.
Right.
Um, but it is good to have the discussion, right? You were learning from
Yes.
both sides. You really, got a lot of information directly from the developers themselves.
Yes, and so that, to your point, it's important that, we're hearing from all parties,
Mhm.
right? So we know our perspective, but really what is the future vision for this development? We're at the very preliminary phase right now in terms of this variance, but why entertain those conversations if we don't know what's to come? And so that's what this workshop was about. So we know that there's going to be massive detention, right? And that's they're going to put in their work. They're gonna, haul off the dirt. They're gonna do all they're gonna clear it out. They're gonna do everything. And then right now, that is the irrigation district's kind of jurisdiction, and they're going to give that or gift that to the city of Harlingen for so we will maintain it, but once it's all complete. So
Okay.
that'll be in our rotation of maintenance. But in addition to that, we've experienced here in the city of Harlingen on that side of town, we know that we've identified areas where we need to extend sewer. And that is a huge issue. And I tell people in Harlingen because they'll say, they annexed me and so and so year, and we're not connected to sewer. That's kind of an issue for a lot of people in the District 5 area, more in the rural areas. I live in an area that was annexed, and I don't have sewer either. So there's a lot of people in the community, but this subdivision, there is no sewer connection there, but all the future homes will be connected to sewer. They're going to invest in a lift station in that area that will extend to about over 300 acres.
Oh,
And
wow.
so that's pretty massive. So they really want to be partners and invest in the infrastructure in our community, not just for this development, but for future developments. So that is definitely something that we are considering as a commission to know that this is going to improve that area, but we are also making sure that everything that is being proposed, that before we move forward with any approvals, that those things have been accomplished. And so that was kind of a big takeaway from that.
Yes. I mean, you gotta check some boxes off before you can say, "Okay, let's go ahead and do this." But of
Right.
course, you said this is in a very preliminary stage,
Yes.
and I think they're only gonna build under 30 homes in the first year.
And that's key, I think, because at first I was a little hesitant. I said, hey, there's going to be 350, 400 homes in this area. And how are they going to get to, how's that going to impact the surrounding communities? We just came off the, heels of this flood that we covered. And so I'm concerned, but when they sat down and showed us the vision of it. This is, it is going to be a larger subdivision. It'll be done in phases, but it's going to take about 10 years to fully develop.
Mhm.
However, in the first year or not even the first year, probably by 2027,
Okay.
they will have under the 30 homes. And then from there, they'll continue to add year after year. But before any construction happens, we've got drainage, we got the lift station, we have the infrastructure in place to make sure that this is not going to further aggravate any issues that are in that area. So we're looking at this very closely. Hope that the community understands that we're still listening. This isn't a yes, we're moving forward with the whole development. This is Yes, the variance because we got a traffic study done. We got, the fire marshal to look at this and give us their recommendation and staff's recommendation, the P&Z's recommendation. Everything was in favor of, but conditioned upon all of these things that we're talking about to make sure that it's a responsible development moving forward.
That's wonderful. And I know that we can keep everybody updated as the phases come along.
Yes.
And I know we can put the information on the Harlingen website as well. If anybody wants to see a copy of the study, they probably have to do a PIR, but still there are ways for you to get more information on this. And I know, the city managers and are always willing to meet with you, right? So if anybody
Yeah,
does have more questions, maybe like a one-on-one meeting, maybe with the planning and zoning or, something like that, it can always be done, right? All
right.
the directors
For
have,
sure.
can email, you can go by and set an appointment probably to get a little bit more information if you want, but we're going to keep everybody continue to updates on this. I guess it's a development that would be what district is this?
4.
Okay, it's a
District
district
4.
4.
Mhm.
Um
And we talked about, the road that's adjacent, for future development and wanting to widen the road. There's just so much, and we could be here all day talking
correct.
about this specific development, but we really want to encourage people to go check out the workshop. It's
Yeah.
on YouTube, extensive information there, and then of course, any of us on the commission and city management, like you said, and directors are available.
They're
But that was
available.
really, really good. I'm glad we made the time to do that.
So that was a workshop, and
Mhm.
then you went into the regular city commission meeting where we met Casper, a
Yes.
very, very cute, a young 8-month-old border collie mix, and he is available at the Harlingen Animal Shelter for you to go adopt. I was gonna say purchase, but I don't really know the
No.
proper word. So you're
Okay.
gonna go adopt the border collie mix Casper at the Harlingen Animal Shelter. He's available there and a bunch of other friends. So people can go by, they can donate there. They can also, you don't necessarily have to go adopt a dog. You can also donate your time. You can also donate food. So there's other ways of helping the animal shelter. They're not necessarily pet adoption,
Right.
but they do have a lot of events on the weekends. So this weekend they're going to be
Think Tractor
at
Supply.
Tractor Supply. So they like to go out into the community. They take the pets out into the community for people to just to, see them outside, not necessarily at the animal shelter in a different like ambiance, I guess. And it's important for people to know you can help in other ways, not just adoption. So monetary, food, go
Yes.
walk a dog. You can do other things there at the Harlingen Animal Shelter. And that was our pet of the week, Casper. And then, of course,
He
we
was
had
super
some
cute.
announcements. Did you have any announcements?
I kind of just, decided to, skip on the announcements just because we were kind of already late
Light.
in our meeting. But we did have a proclamation, and the proclamation was also just highlighting all the great work that they're doing there at the shelter and had the staff there, the team there. Casper got in the picture. He was super cute. For those that were at the meeting, they could hear him. He was just like, "Okay, when are they
It's
going to
my
stop
turn.
talking? It's my turn." Yeah, so he came out, but we want to encourage everybody to follow the Harlingen Animal Shelter page. Like you said, they're constantly doing things. I was really, really impressed by the coverage that they've had over the last few weeks. And we've got so many people just pouring in with donations from
It's
school
wonderful.
districts, even I think like the juvenile probation department. Just like they've got so many people wanting to support them. So we definitely want to remind people to go out there and check that
Yes.
out. But it was great. So there was some announcements from the commission, just all the good stuff that's
Mhm.
happening here in the
Well,
Harlingen.
this weekend we have another Jitter Run social. It's going to be at the City Lake this time at 7 a.m. But this is
Cheers.
the yes, it's the Thanks a Latte Jitter Run social, and
Mhm.
this is a monthly social that they're doing. The Parks and Recreation Department
Right.
is doing, and this time it's very special because they are doing a canned food slash non-perishable food drive.
Yes.
So if you bring 3 items that are on the list that we have on our Facebook, and we can put it on here as well, we can throw it up, you get a free beanie or a mug. And I just think, the holidays are coming up. We definitely want to be more giving than
Yeah.
anything right now. And this is a fun way to give and to exercise and to hang out with your friends and to check out a new part of the city. So I love the city lake. It's so
It's
cute. And,
beautiful.
it's very they just repaved it. So you can check out the new pavement. You can exercise. You can give back to the community. It's a great event. So it's at 7 a.m. at the Harlingen City Lake.
Yes, and I think it's really important. Right now, it's a critical time for people. We're coming up and onto the holidays, and there's a lot of food insecurity in throughout the region, and just on the national stage, what's happening with individuals that may already kind of be teetering around that food insecurity within their homes, and now further aggravated, right, by what's been happening. And so some of the things that we've been doing in Harlingen, and I'm happy that we are, is we have a food insecurity roundtable that we've been meeting weekly. I know Delma's been coming with me, and we've got some plans in the works to help our community. And these are one of the things that this is on track, right, with
Mhm.
being able to fill that need. So you see the Parks Department kind of getting involved in food insecurity also, and Harlingen's going to do something in a big way, and I can't wait to share that here
Yeah.
on our podcast.
So you will definitely drop that information, and people need to, follow us, send us emails, talk to us, because we're going to give you really good information on how you can give back.
Yes,
And now we can get into the ordinances. So there was not too many. I think there was only A through E.
right,
But the main one, of course, we can discuss today would be the consideration and possible action to approve an ordinance on first reading establishing a uniform procedure for placing items on agenda of city boards, commissions, and departments, providing for equal access by board members. So this is something that whenever there's a board, right? So we have a CVB board.
right,
Two members say, I would like to add this to the agenda. And then they bring it to the director's, attention, and the director would place it on the agenda. Most boards meet once a month. If they make quorum, of course, it's duly posted. And so there's 72 hours that it's posted
right.
before. It's online and it's in person at City Hall. You can tack it up there. It's really cute. And so it's announced to the public, and so we have these city meetings, and now there's so many boards that have popped up that maybe we're not uniform across the board.
Correct.
And this makes it uniform that everybody follows the same rules about items being placed on the agenda. Not anything else, just
Right,
items
nothing
being placed on
crazy.
the agenda. Yeah. I do know that it's great for the boards to be
Right.
uniform because there are so many. I know that the boards do have different rules though. So,
Mhm.
everybody adheres to those rules, but this is just a small update that you made.
Yeah, I think it's important. Sometimes, we see, the city commission, and the commission is regulated, right? We have rules in place. We've got our charter, we've got ordinances, and we want to make sure that we're following and adhering to those rules. And so, at the city commission level, that's the way it works. And mostly, it's pretty standard procedure across all types of boards, whether it be nonprofit boards, boards within the city, and just it is common practice to have a procedure on how things get on the agenda. So that's the way it is on the city commission level. You get two commissioners. We have a form they fill out, and it says we want to place one of the most common is the traffic studies and speed humps, and I know half of Harlingen's for it and the other half isn't, but those are things that two commissioners will come together, and they'll place that on the agenda. It's a simple process that goes to city secretary's office, and they place it on the agenda. But I did discover that it was kind of not something that was adopted throughout the entire city for all of the board members. And this is just an opportunity for every board member to have an equal voice, right? And to be able to participate. So I think this is a great thing. It passed yesterday on first reading, and I think that that is a step in the right direction. We want them to be able to handle business independently, but in order to do so, they need to all be able to participate.
Got it. And then, of course, we had 10C, which was the tabled item, and that
Right.
you had the workshop with. And after the workshop, and after, getting more information from the developers and listening to both sides of the story, what was the solution there?
Yeah, so we had tabled the item like you mentioned, then we had the workshop, got lots of information. So once I think it was Commissioner Mike, it was interesting to see his take on it, Mesmer, because he said, at first I was not in favor of this, but now that I've heard everything and what they're going to do, he moved right away to pass, moving to motion to in favor of it. So again, very preliminary. So this is first. It's going to be for the variance, and that is just for the access points. And then they'll come back to us with a plan development for the future of it. So I encourage everybody to kind of just, follow along and make sure that if they have any other concerns, to bring those to our attention. And we also, I know we skipped right through it, but one of the other ones I think, probably to just point out is 10A is that we did another voluntary annexation. So this is about 4.5 acres. It seems like every agenda item we have someone or
Voluntary
yeah, which
annexation
is
to the city of
fantastic.
Harlingen.
Yeah, so that's a great one.
We'll have to
And
do like a running total at the bottom since
I
we
I
started.
know,
How
I'm
many
gonna do
acres?
that because I think we're at like 800 or something. And I
Welcome to Harlingen,
yes.
4.5 acres.
Um, and that's really about it. There was a purchase of some equipment at the very
A John
end.
Deere 325G compact truck loader with attachments for the Parks and Recreation Department. So we got to take care of all those parks,
Yes.
and this equipment is definitely going to help us. So a
Yeah.
lot got done at this meeting. I think there's meetings all the time. I know next week you're going to also have a meeting.
We do. We have a joint meeting with the PNZ. I believe it is on Thursday. It should be posted on the city website and in the little, what did
The
you say?
clear,
In the
it's in the
clear
window in front of City
bulletin
Hall.
board. Very 1980s. I
But
love,
in
but
person,
it's,
online,
mhm,
and you could also call City Hall.
yes,
The girls have the information there. All this is on website. You can always email us
right.
anything at let's talk Harlingen at harlingentx.gov. We don't have a question this week, but remember, if we read your question online, you will get a Let's Talk Harlingen Yeti. And we're just waiting for people to ask us questions.
Yes,
Don't be scared. It has to be through the email though.
right.
We can't answer anything from Facebook directly, but we do see your comments, and we just encourage everybody to follow us, like us, keep listening, because we really are just trying to bring all of the information in just a different medium to the people.
Yes. And also encourage everybody to make sure that they go out and experience the birding festival,
Yes, the
right?
birding festival right now is happening. The expo is at the Harlingen Convention Center. It's free. Go check out all the booths. They have over 150 booths in there. They also have a really, really cool raptor show, where this man has a very thick glove, and this raptor does all these exciting
Oh,
things.
yes.
There's kids' activities. It's all free. You got to check it out. Go to the Harlingen Convention Center until this weekend. You have so the Harlingen Birding Festival is happening at the Harlingen Convention Center. So many Harlingens, and we love it. But we
Yes.
encourage everybody to get out there, go to the convention center, go be a birder yourself. And we will definitely see you next week with an exciting interview.
See you next time. That's it for this episode of Let's Talk Harlingen.
If you like what you heard today, make sure to subscribe on our YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts.
We've got more conversations coming your way.
Let's talk again soon, Harlingen.